Here's a lovely song. We've got 3 beats to the bar, so I'm going to play a boom ching ching kind of feel. I'm going to play the bass note, so for a C, for instance, that would be the 5th string, and then strum on the 2nd and 3rd beats. That kind of a thing. Now, mostly the chords are fairly straightforward, but there are a couple of places where there might be some unusual chords, and there are a couple of times where we're packing in more than 1 chord per bar. We'll get to that in a moment. The form is 32 bars, so it's 16 bars that repeat, but with a different ending. So let's get on and look at it. We've got C for a bar, moon, A minor, river, F, wider, back to C, then a mile, F and C. We're crossing you in style. And now here's an unusual chord, B minor 7 flat 5. My first finger's down on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, 2nd finger, 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and then my 3rd and 4th fingers are on the 3rd fret of the 4th and 2nd strings. And I'm going to keep my little finger there, because when I move to the E7 that follows, I want to keep that note on there. Sometimes you'll play E7 this way, but with a little finger here, it just gives us a bit of continuity. Crossing you in style someday. For the B minor 7 flat 5, I want to be careful to avoid that top string. Ideally, it's not a note that we want in that chord. Anyway, on we go. A minor, hold dream to C7, maker, and F, you heart, to B flat 7, which is an A7 shaped barred on the 1st fret. Wherever, A minor 7, so far so good, and now we get to our hairy section. We've got an F sharp diminished just for the 1st beat before going on to B7. But if you've familiarised yourself with a B minor 7 flat 5, it's the same shape, up a string and down a fret. And again, I'm going to keep my little finger where it is to go to the B7. Then we've got E minor 7 for a beat before going on to A7 for 2 beats, and finally D minor 7 to G7. Wherever you're going, I'm going your way. So I really would suggest you try and memorise this bit. Just get it under your fingers until it's somewhat familiar, rather than reading it off the page. That's going to make it a whole lot easier. And because I've got more than 1 chord per bar, I'm no longer playing my boom ching ching. I'm just going to strum each chord very deliberately, individually. And that breaks up the song in half, and we're ready for the 2nd half, which begins exactly the same way. Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. There's my B minor 7 flat 5 to E7. Now we come to a new bit. We've got 3 bars of A minor with a changing bass note. I've got where after. Then I'm going to move my 3rd finger down to the 3rd fret of the bottom string for A minor over G, or maybe I'll put my little finger there. After. Yeah, if I use my little finger, I can actually keep the whole A minor shape formed above it. After. And then that whole thing, I'm going to keep my A minor, but that note is going to move down now to the 2nd fret of the bottom string. So I am going to have to refinger that again. Where after the same, that's A minor over F sharp. You could just play A minor for 3 bars if that all felt a bit tricky, but what you could also do is transfer that change to the top string. So A minor over G, instead of playing a note here on the bottom string, I could play it 3rd fret of the top string. And then for A minor over F sharp, instead of playing a note on the 2nd fret of the bottom string, I could play it on the top string. Where after the same. Yeah, it kind of works. Anyway, either way, we've got F7 then. Rainbows end to C. F to C. Waving round the bend to C. F, but this time to E minor. My huckleberry friend. And we end with A minor. Moon. D minor 7. River. G7, and now you could just go to C and me, but on the original Henry Mancini has this, a descending line from F, E, D, C, and if we play the chords above it, we've got a 4-string F, then a mini E minor, missing out the bottom 2 strings, D minor as normal, onto our C. So we'd get Moon River and me. Alright, let's have the whole thing once through. Moon River, wider than a mile, I'm crossing you in style someday. Oh, dream maker, your heart breaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbows and waiting round the bend, my huckleberry friend. Moon River and me. And that's it.